But right now, we just focus on Wake Forest and taking it one game at a time. We ain't looking at Duke or we ain't looking at NC State right now. We just focus on Wake Forest right now and taking it one game at a time.
Noah?
Davion, where have you seen the most improvement offensively over the last handful of games? Where have you seen the most improvement?
I feel like we've been improving a lot tremendously, like over the year, like especially in passing game, running game. So we just taking it step by step and progressing week by week.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, Davion, to go off of that question, what do you think is different in particular about this team over the last, let's say, 4 weeks? I mean, a lot more competitive games, things like that. What do you think has changed and what do you think is different like that?
Nothing really different. We just kept fighting, keep swinging, and taking it one game at a time, and just coming together as one more, and just staying at it.
Brian?
Yeah, Davion. Michael Lombardi said yesterday that you're considered the nickel back on offense, I guess like a third down back.
Yeah.
He said you're the best in pass protection. How much does your role then change week to week based on what other teams are going to be giving you?
It definitely depends on what the opposing team is doing and their game plan and how we gonna use each other. But I think it just go by the game as the game's going on.
Did you know going into the Stanford game that you might see a bigger role because of pass protection, blitz pickup, and then obviously they were trying to get you isolated on some linebackers out there in the passing game?
I was just ready for my moment right there, and it came. So
Did you guys? I'm sorry. Did you guys talk about halftime? That first drive, you caught 3 passes for 51 yards. Was that an adjustment made at halftime to see if we can get you isolated out there in the passing game?
no, the plays were just working, so we just stayed at it and kept going back at them.
Adam?
Mark, you done?
Go ahead.
Bullet, take us through the play of hurdling the guy.
Yeah.
I think there was a guy you had to make miss as soon as you caught it, which that looked a little tricky there, and then you hurl the dude. Take us through that play if you can.
I had a wheel route, but I was actually hot, and then I actually didn't see the corner. He kind of bumped my hip, and I felt it, and then when I got to 29, I was just in my mind hurdle, and then I just hurdled.
Yeah, we know that's something we've done before, I guess, right? UNC Charlotte maybe last
Yeah.
year, I think. I'm trying to think of the game.
Yeah.
And then the touchdown. That was a matchup on a linebacker, is that right?
Yes, 35.
Right.
Yeah.
That's something you guys are looking to exploit there, maybe a running back on a linebacker.
Yes, definitely, especially those middle linebackers that don't really supposed to be the opposing team really don't want them outside covering like that.
Right.
So we look for matchups like that to pick on those kind of linebackers, kind of.
Grant?
Yeah, so where does that come from exactly? Because, of course, I see a bunch of photos of you actually hurrying over the guy from Charlotte. Is that something that you've always kind of had, just through your athletic ability, or did you do hurdles in high school?
No, I never did hurdles. I just tried it when I was 12 years old in Little League, and I just been doing it ever since.
Shelby?
Yeah, I guess just kind of going away from it, but a lot of the players have spoken about just the importance of Sunday night football, and I'm curious, from your perspective as one of the guys that's maybe you're not competing, but you're cheering on those younger players. What's one of your favorite part about that session?
My favorite part about that is seeing the younger guys, grow each week of them doing Sunday night football and them just going out there and making plays each and every Sunday when they get their chance. And some of those guys stepped up even in the games, when their number was called.
Yeah, I guess just to follow, I know that, Damon kind of started, showing those flashes with Sunday night football basic periods. What stood out to him early on from your perspective?
What stood out to him?
Or stood out to you about him rather, in maybe those developmental periods?
His explosiveness when he hit the hole.
Were there any, maybe there was one Sunday night football game where he had a crazy play, anything in particular stand out?
I don't think Juju was on Sunday night. I don't know.
Okay, but maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ron?
Davion, being one of the few returners, man, what have you told all these new guys about what to expect in these rivalry games coming up?
They're gonna be hard fought games, and it don't matter what the record is between either team. It's just gonna be hard fought games, and the best team gonna win that week.
How much is Bill talking about coming into this final stretch here with all the state teams?
He didn't really hit on it too much, but he just said like our last stretch is like in-state teams, and it's gonna be hard fought games. But right now we just focus on Wake Forest.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, Davion, for you guys, the running back room in particular, I mean, we've seen some games, it's, DeMond's night, sometimes it's Benjamin Hall's night. The other day was your night, it was, kind of more so in the passing game. What do you think it is about this group of running backs that kind of allows for, maybe depending on what the matchup is, different guys are kind of more productive some weeks than others?
I feel like all of us bring different abilities to the table, so whoever, I feel like we all just stay ready, and then when our number called, we all just make plays. So,
Talk about those different abilities. How do you think you guys kind of complement each other in that way? To where obviously you talk about your pass block and the different things you do. We see how Demond runs. We see how Hall runs. How do you think you guys kind of complement each other in that backfield?
they go hand in hand, especially they go hand in hand because I just go hand in hand.
Adam Chandler?
Yeah, I did. Actually, right along the lines of what Jeremiah was saying, Bullet, is there a sense with the running backs that if you get hot during a game, they'll stay with you, the coaches will stay with you? You see what I'm saying? There have been games where you've had 2 carries, 3 carries. I think at Syracuse had 15 carries.
Yeah.
Is that the sense that you get going into the game? If I get hot, they're going to keep feeding me, or is it something different?
I won't say is if we get hot, they'll keep feeding me. It just be like you gotta have that stay ready mentality and go with the flow of the game. And when your number's called, that you just gotta make plays. But that goes for the whole offense. Make plays, get yards, and we'll come out victorious.
Yeah, and I guess along those lines, I'm sure Freddie's not saying, is your game plan all right, Bullet, you're getting 12 carries, Demond, you're getting 10 carries. There's no sort of planning out how many carries or touches a guy is going to get.
Yeah.
Shelby?
I know you're really close to Jordan. He was in here after the last game, kind of bragging on you a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell me just from your perspective, what's impressed you the most about what he's been able to do, either on the field or from a leadership standpoint this season?
His leadership grown tremendously, and what I've seen most from him is his hard work that he put in the spring and the summer, and it's paying off a lot this season. And just him being a student of the game.
Yeah, I would imagine that, a lot of players have spoken about how everyone came together a lot after the Clemson game. What was Jordan's role maybe in that? What were some of the things that he was saying to you guys just when everything was kind of going on around him?
Everybody was really saying that it wasn't what the opposing teams were doing. It was just self-inflicted wounds. So it wasn't really us focused on what other teams was doing to us. It was just us getting us back to what we know we was capable of, what we were seeing in practice, and us just focus on the fundamentals and playing complementary football.
Good stuff, but we're going to get to our time up here.
Well,